I have to read something. I haven't done this in a while. Oh boy, we're gonna have to do that later. Oh, dudes and dudettes, what's up? I'm not sure how many people we're gonna get in here since I have had such a large absence. There's 7 here now, 8 here now. I don't know if the comments pop up, so if anybody wants to throw a comment up there so I can see if this is still all the same, because it looks like some of the stuff on YouTube. Oh, there it is. Yo, Wolf W, what's going on? All right, so it's kind of the same. Holly, Alan, Bella, Link Bill, SYDDD. Yeah, it is about time. Michelle, Rusty. All right, so we got some people filling in. So, it's going too fast for me. Tanya. Yeah, I think I saw Liz in there. Robin. Oh, we got Ben Register. He called it out. Let's go for 4 hours, he said. So, hello to everybody. I'll get to everybody here shortly. It's just chopping away at the comments here. So, I appreciate everybody joining. We're going to get into a couple of things just of why I've been gone for so long and what we have planned for in the future. What's up, everybody? Okay, so we're not going to have many animals in this except for this guy hanging out behind me because he's been living in the house with us until we get the rest of the enclosures built. So he pretty much goes anywhere I go. He's not tied to anything. He's got his little anklets on there, but that's about it. But if he decides to take off, then he decides to take off. I have 2 little munchkins that wanted to say hello to. Say hi. Hey, why did Chandler and Will stop being friends? Oh boy, here we go. Already. So we're going to talk a little bit about that question right there that was just asked by somebody. And we're not going to get in depth of the whole friendship thing. It's not my business. Hey, thank you very much. Somebody said I look good because I can. Here we go with D. So first, I kind of want to get into why I was gone for so long. And I should have taken some advice from somebody who just sent a little super chat there because she can. So for a long time, you guys all knew that I was going through a rough patch between the park. Everybody says I look amazing. I must have looked like terrible shit before, but I did. And there's reasons for that. So we're going to get into all that right now. So a lot of you guys knew I was going through a lot of shit between the park and the owner of the park. And Holly, haven't sorted Australia PayPal, so super chat will have to do. Holly, you guys don't have to send anything. Holly, I love you. If you guys haven't checked out Holly Rethera, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry for butchering her name. Holly. My sweet little Holly. Go look at her page over there on Instagram. She's been in Australia. I'm a little jealous considering the fact that she went from New Zealand to Australia, 2 of the places that I hope to be able to get to before I die. Now I'm going to get to a questions and answers type of deal towards the end of the live, just like we always do. And if I see any lit up things, I'll try and get to everything that I possibly can. It seems like it lights it up in the top corner too, so I can click on it if I miss it. But back to the whole reality of what was going on. I had Kendra. What's up? Miss ya. Hope everything is well up there. All right, let me try not to get too distracted. David Zeke. Also, before I get started, David Zeke. I believe he had posted something in one of my comments. I'm going to be throwing it up on my IG page for a GoFundMe. He has fallen on some hard times, and he takes care of his whole family, including his daughters and grandkids and all that stuff. And he fell on some rough times because the boss can. There we go. So I'm going to throw up a link for a GoFundMe for him on my page. If anybody wants to check that out and help David Zeke out, it would be much appreciated. So let me get into what happened with me and why we've been gone for so long. I miss all of you. I didn't forget about anybody. But the fact of the matter is when the park shut down, basically all the animals got spread out. Everybody already knew that. Everybody pretty much knew the deal. I kept everybody posted as long as I possibly could. What started happening was, and people could see it, I was losing weight. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was more worried about all the animals. Granny S, so I can catch up. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I love you guys. So I wasn't really taking care of myself. The animals were spread out. So Krista and Brian from Treetops over there, they helped out tremendously. So I was at West Palm often because Brian was helping me out with this. Hopefully we'll get Brian back out. to be doing some of this because we kind of just dropped off. But with Krista, I really didn't have to worry too much. And then I had some animals elsewhere, somewhere in Okeechobee, somewhere even farther north in Okeechobee. So basically, every day I woke up and Callie Kit Kat because Bella can too. I think this is going to be a trend. So tell Bella I said hello, and Michaela says hello too. Bella and Michaela have become close friends, so they talk every single day. Yeah, the owl's doing great, David. He's a pain in my ass, but he's actually a really good bird. He never wants to go anywhere. You got all the opportunity to go hang out, you just never do. So anyway, back to it. So in a nutshell, I was driving my own self crazy. The animals were so spread out, and for anybody that knew, I had gotten a Chevy Tahoe, and I've always had like kind of beat up trucks because I use them for the animals and stuff. I like to travel with my alligators behind me because it makes it a lot easier than putting them in a trailer. I know they're safe the whole time. Even the big guys always want it behind me. So I got, my sister gave me her Tahoe. I did not buy that Tahoe. I was lucky enough to have my sister bestow that gift upon me. Within the 2 years that I had that Tahoe, I put 150,000 miles on it. Now the Tahoe is sitting at my brother's house because it has massive amounts of problems because of all the driving that I was doing. Now the truck is neither here nor there. It's just metal. It's just material. As much as I love that truck, it is what it is. If I can fix it later on, I will. If I can't, I'll get rid of it, whatever the case may be. I still have a working vehicle. The Honda POS is actually outlasted my damn Chevy. So I'm back to my damn Honda BOS. So, in a nutshell, I was driving everywhere every single day. I wouldn't stop for food. I wouldn't get any drink. I wouldn't do anything. And D would yell at me on a constant basis to take care of myself, make sure that I ate, make sure that I was drinking fluids, make sure that I was taking care of myself. And to an extent, I tried. But for the most part, I was literally drowning in what I thought was failure because I've been doing this my whole entire life, and I've been doing it on my own since I was legally able to. And I've had ups and I've had downs. I've had different businesses. I had the import-export business, and then I moved to the park. I trusted some people that I thought were like family to me, and I learned a lot of things from that. I learned that you can't just outwardly trust everybody because they seem good on the outside. I learned to protect myself a little bit more. Now, I always have contracts, I have everything like that. So, business wise, I was protected to some extent, but then, we're just not even going to go into the park bullshit. But at the end of the day, I wasn't taking care of myself. I felt like a failure because in my mind, we had finally gotten a property. And yeah, Ben knows. He says that's life, brother. Trust me. Him and I know we're on the same battlefield here on a daily basis. So basically, we got lucky enough to get the house. The house is wonderful. It's gorgeous. We had some help. I'm not gonna lie. We had some help getting in over here because it's not like I have bad credit. I just don't have credit. Something that one of my biggest regrets in life is that I didn't learn enough about certain things. Animals, I'm all good with. Guys, if you guys are gonna goof around, it's gonna be really hard. Goofballs. So essentially, I wish I would have learned more about business. I wish I would have learned more about a lot of things. I wish I would have paid more attention in school. Knowledge really is power. So if it relates to animals, I'm really good with it. But as far as business and all that stuff, what I didn't realized was how hard it was going to be. Back in the day when I had started my business before, I was in the middle of doing a TV show. So I just took every bit of money that I had and I put it right into the business. And I consistently did that. And I never built any credit. I never saw the use for it. I didn't understand it. So basically, I had the money. I spent the money. I didn't see the reason to have credit cards. I didn't see the reason to have gas cards, a card for this, a card for that, a card for this, a card for that, and then have to pay all these bills at the end of the month. I could just pay it right then and there. So I never really built any credit. We're doing that now. And thankfully, I didn't have credit cards when I was a kid to destroy my credit or anything like that. It's just now building it back up. But aside from all that, that would be one of my biggest regrets. For all the young kids out there, pay attention in school. do your work, do the best that you possibly can, and whatever your goals are, try and reach those goals, but also try and gain as much knowledge about everything that you possibly can, especially in this day and age when social media is so prevalent and we have everything at our fingertips. And we don't know if everything's true, false, and nobody does research anymore. They see something, they believe it. And I think that's one of the downfalls of our current society is that social media, as good as it is, can also be some of the worst shit that you could possibly ever imagine. Every time I open my phone for the last however many months, if I went on a social media platform, I would be immediately depressed or angry or whatever it was, because it's not a bunch of happy stuff. You have to search out that happy stuff. It's a bunch of negative stuff. People are fighting. Even in the YouTube world, it got to the point where it seemed like, not everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but there were certain people, and I'm not going to mention names and stuff because I don't want to be involved, but there were certain people attacking other people, and that seemed to be the way that they wanted to build the channel was, we're right, you're wrong. And there's 1,000 different ways that you can, like this owl right here, perfect example. There's more than one way to train an owl. There's more than one way to take care of an owl. There's more than one dietary option for this owl. If you do proper research, there's different ways that you could take care of certain things. I can't say that what I do may be what the next guy does, but what the next guy does may not be wrong. Now, somewhere down the line, somebody may have one and is doing everything wrong. And at that point, that person didn't do the research. But at the end of the day, Ben says we want names. I'm not doing that. At the end of the day, like the attacking and the backbiting and fighting everybody and all that good stuff, it seemed like that's the direction YouTube was taking. And at the same time, for myself, I was running myself ragged. Every single day I was waking up too early. I'd sleep for 2-3 hours a day because I was constantly stressed. And again, I felt like a failure to myself, my family, and my animals. Why? Because I had envisioned in my mind that I was going to be like, as soon as we moved in here, everything was going to be built within 2 months. And then after 2 months, everything would be moved in. Then we would get more stuff and things would build from there. And that's just not how things went. So I'm lucky. I'm grateful. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of support from a lot of people. But that's the reason I was gone. The reason that I bounced off of social media for so long was just to revamp, recollect my thoughts, recollect myself, and get healthy all the way around, mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. I was driving myself ragged. So I wasn't doing any favors for my animals. I wasn't doing any favors for my family, being in the condition that I was in because I was constantly stressed, constantly not sleeping, constantly not eating. I had got down to a record low for me, which was 195 pounds. I usually sit at like 220 to 230, and I'm back up to 220, which is good. I got my belly going on, so I enjoy it. And I wouldn't stop to eat. I felt like I had so much to do and I would eat at the end of the day and I'd be fine. But realistically, if you don't take care of yourself, bad things start to happen. And the longer that went on and the longer that I didn't take care of myself, the less that I felt like anything was going to be, that anything was going to work out. For me, I thought that I was going to fail all the way around. I wasn't going to be able to get to where I needed to be, which wasn't true. It was just me getting in my own way. And your mind is a powerful thing. So if you tell yourself every single day when you get up, life sucks, this isn't going to work, then every day life sucks, this sucks, and it isn't going to work. But if you get up every day and you go, this sucks, but we're going to make it work, and you do that every single day, it's going to suck, but it'll work in the long run. And eventually it'll suck a lot less to the point where it will not suck anymore. And I've had plenty of ups and downs in the past. I just have never been hit as hard as I was since 2020 hit. And when 2020 hit and then the park went and everything else was going on, and then the Fed thing happened and all the money went, and then we're dumping money up. Where are you going, bud? You wanted to take a seat? Don't poop in my chair, bro. So, things just started to crunch in and I needed to take a break. And I apologize to everybody out there, everybody that was on the Patreon. If you guys are watching and you guys had bailed off the Patreon, I love you still, no matter what. I thank you guys all for your support that you gave. during the time that you did. Some of you guys stayed on there. I don't even know why. I'm surprised that you did. I love you for it. Anybody that bailed, I love you for that too. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't present. I wasn't here. I was offering nothing. But something that we want to do, and this we'll get into later on, but Katie and Bella and Tanya had gotten together and they did something. I think you guys, some of you might have seen this because I think we did a raffle for it, but let me show you this right here. So the original logo, I don't know if you guys can see it or not. That's on a t-shirt. So the original logo that we did, I say we, I kind of picked it out, and Brian was the one who kind of put it together because I don't know how to use any of that stuff on the computer. But Brian kind of made that logo, and that was the logo we actually liked better than the other one we had. But we were told that we weren't going to be able to use it. It wasn't going to work on the shirts. It was too much. It was too busy. And then Katie and Tanya Palmer, who's a great artist, got together and they figured out how to make that shit work. So I don't want to make any promises, but sometime within the next few months, could be 3 months, could be 6 months, we will have merch. And what I would like to do is for all the Patreons, from the ones that were there from day one, all the way to the ones that are still there now, I want to do something special for everybody that was either on there or is on there currently. And when we get to that point, I'll let you guys know. Now, I'm going to be a lot more active on Patreon. I'm going to try and bump up the Facebook page, which I don't know if it's worth it or not, but we're going to give it a shot. It does look good, Tanya, and that's because of you. So it's actually one of my favorite shirts. So we want to do something special for all the Patreons out there. And then I have a few very special people that I would love to do something very special for because they treat me like their own constantly. And we'll talk about that in the future, but I don't want to make any promises that I know I can't make and stick to. So 3 to 6 months, we'll have merch. When we do, we're going to get to everybody. So I have all the information for anybody that has been on Patreon. I'm pretty sure even if you've left, I'll be able to find you. And if you would like something sent to you, you're more than welcome to have something sent to you. We'll get to that there in the future. But we're going to be more active on Patreon. I want to do something just about every day on Patreon. Now on Patreon, they let you post videos, which is easier because before, shit, it was damn near impossible. I had to create a link, do something with a link, put it somewhere else, try to get it on the thing. It was impossible. And now they let you just post some videos. So we'll be able to be a little bit more active on the Patreon platform, Instagram, and Facebook. We're going to try that out a little bit, but I really want to hit and stay consistent with the YouTube. So we're going to be putting at least once a week out. We'll have a video and or a live. I would like to do a video and a live and get that out for at least the first month or so, and then we'll build up some more videos. Like this week, we have some big stuff planned. I have the baby lemurs downstairs. Those are going to be going to Rick's over at Emerald Coast Zoo. So I'm going to be driving up there. So we're going to do some videos with Rick up there. He's a super funny guy. I think you guys will love him. So that's going to be good. I have to stop at Wild Florida. Most of you guys have already seen Wild Florida, but I got to go pick up the anteater over there. So I'm going to stop by there at some point. We're going to be going to Krista's. So you'll see Brian and Krista again. And also we're going to Josh's with Cold Blooded Kingdom. There's a ton of reptile stuff that I want to do with you guys over there. Now, here at the park, well, it's not even a park yet. Here at the shell of a park that we have here at Bite Force Entertainment, we don't have many reptiles. I know a lot of people are super into the reptiles, but I had to worry about my guys first and get everybody home so that I could feel a little bit more comfortable with what was going on. Bye, bird. We'll see you later. So I wanted to basically let everybody know we're going to have tons of reptile content. And then later on, once the park is settled and once everybody is settled in and the enclosures are built and everything is settled, we're going to do the reptile room the way that we need to. But I got to have everything set up first. So I have all these other mammals that were displaced, and I had to make sure that they were taken care of before anything else because it wouldn't be fair for me to get a bunch of other reptiles and stuff just to make some content, especially at the fact that, you know, I got all these other mammals waiting on me, especially the homies. The homies were the biggest ones. The homies I missed so much. I visited every single, well, not every single day. We had to do like every day, sometimes every other day, sometimes every third day. And like the episode, if you guys didn't see it before, there's an episode with them over there And they're just happy to be home. I'm happy to have them home. I thought I would lose the relationship, and the relationship is only stronger. And that goes with all the mammals. But that's time spent. Those guys are 10 years old. They're like my children, and that was the biggest stress. So now that I've taken a little bit better care of myself, I feel better. I feel a little bit more like my stuff. I still have a little ways to go, just to be completely transparent with everything. I had gotten to the doctor. I found out that my testosterone levels were that of an 80-year-old man, which was not helping me out. So we got that fixed. I feel a little bit more like myself. We got 3 months more to go before I can actually go back to the levels that I should be. So that was a strong indication, and probably a lot of the cause of some of the depression that I was going through and other things. But in a nutshell, damn, that's going to be a t-shirt. I always say that. In a nutshell, to break it down for you very easily, I stopped going online because I didn't want to be negative all the time. There was so much negativity already out there. I didn't want to add to it. What I want to do moving forward is I want to have fun. I want to bring back the passion that I've always had for the animals, and I want to bring the passion and share that passion with you guys without every single day being something negative. I mean, if you look at a lot of the stuff that's been going on, it's the state versus us versus the state, especially here in Florida, which is absolutely ridiculous. We've operated with the state since I was 18 years old. And even before that, before the permits, the permits were a little bit different when my father was doing it. And some of the OGs of this whole world here have been doing this forever. The permits were different back then. And we've always worked together with the state. State things have always happened. Laws have always changed. But now it's becoming a huge deal where it's just a fight back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I don't think it should be like that. I think everybody should come together. I wish we had more of a community. And for me, I'm going to be pushing more towards that. And I'm not a perfect individual. I've had my own fair share of fights with people. I've had my own fair share of tiffs and rants and you name it. I've done it all too. Moving forward, I'd like to do something a little bit different. I'd like to do something better for myself. I find that if I surround myself with negativity all the time, I become a negative person as well. And it's just not as fun to run around the whole world just being negative all the time. You don't laugh anymore. Nothing's funny anymore. There's no. All right. A quick live should definitely be not shirt. I don't know what just happened there. We had an Amber Alert, so unfortunately, it looks like a kid was kidnapped. I swear we have too many Amber Alerts. Oh, there it is again. Amber Alert on the other phone. Volusia County. All right. So anyway, aside from all the negative stuff, that's why I've been gone for a long time. But I do feel better all the way around, and I feel ready to get back to it. Now, I want to thank everybody out there for all the support. You guys, there's 173 people on here. I didn't expect more than 7, to be honest with you. I've been gone for so long. I love you guys to death. You guys are the bomb. I swear, like, to be gone for so long and come back and have this much support, it just it reinstitutes this feeling that there is proper good people out there, and that's what we have to get back to. Even in the reptile community, the wildlife community, I think we need to get back to our roots and understand and just help each other out, be there for one another, stop talking shit about one another, stop backbiting and all that. And that goes into a question that somebody asked me in the beginning. Why are Chandler and Will not friends anymore? Well, I can't answer that because I can't speak on anybody's behalf. I can't speak on Chandler's behalf. I can't speak on Will's behalf. But those are the things that I'm talking about. And, something personal happened between them. It's not my business to share. I've had my personal thing with, well, I'm not going to say, but, at the end of the day, that's the problem. Is this is real life. So we do YouTube, and oftentimes I think it's we portray a life online, or a lot of people do portray a life online that we may not have. A lot of people like to post happy posts, and everything is honky dory. You do a video, everything looks great, everything looks like everything is fine. But everybody else has their lives. We do have lives, and all of us in Florida, we all know one another. So it does become a time where, like, personal stuff is personal stuff. The stuff online is stuff online. So whatever happened with them, although I know exactly what it was, I can't be the person to say that. There's channels out there that go after people. It seems like that's the new name of the game, is just go after people and try and tear those people down to get views, money, and all that. It's not my game. So moving forward, we're going to do something special. We're going to do something fun. We're going to try and make every episode fun, educational as possible, and give you guys, everything that you want in a YouTube channel. So, having said that, we're going to start doing polls and stuff because I think that's a new thing. We're going to start doing just a lot more in general. Now, there's still a lot to build on the park. I do have some neighbors. I'm so lucky that I moved over here. And one day you'll meet my neighbors. They're awesome. It's funny because we're all from down in Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. Everybody around here is Cuban, which is great. I'm half Cuban. And then my pops actually moved about 7 minutes down the road from me from Tennessee. He's been gone since I was 18. So that's another thing that's pretty cool. Now I get to go down the road and visit my pops, and my pops can also come over here and help me with the animals as well. So we got a lot of good things have happened. A lot of bad things have happened, but we got to stay on the positive side of things. All right. Enough of the rambling, enough of the rant. What's up, my friends? Does anybody have any questions? Here we go again. Because algorithm. All right, if anybody wants to ask any questions, I wasn't lying this time. I said short live. We are going to do a short live because I still have some work to do. Let's see what it looks like outside. See, here in Clewiston, it's a crapshoot because, sorry, there's mesh on the windows because this is the venomous room, but it's a crapshoot. Either it's hot as hell outside and stagnant, there is no breeze, or it's raining. And we get that almost every single day. I think it's because we're positioned right in the middle of the state. So anything coming from the East Coast hits here, anything coming from the West Coast hits here, and we just get poured on every single day. So it's kind of a battle. I got to wake up early in the morning, try and get out and beat the heat, try and build the enclosures. Thank God for the neighbors that I have because they will come over and help when they see me out there struggling. But a lot of it is done on my own. So we have a long way to go before these projects get finished. I got 4 cages in the works right now. And once those are done, and I have to beef up Maui and Moana's cage. So we got a long way to go, but I'm going to take you guys on this journey. And I think it's going to be a fun journey, aside from the building and all that stuff. As much as I used to build, my body's just not built for it anymore. I beat this body up. Between the animal bites and everything I've done to myself, holy hell, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves while you're young. My sister always told me it's, once you hit 30, it's downhill. I should have listened because now I'm 36 years old and definitely feel it. Oh boy, do I feel it in my bones. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to open it up to you guys now. So I'm going to catch as many questions as I can. Bear with me because they flip up constantly. Real quick, right before the questions. What are you afraid of, Mama? He's not going to do anything to you. He's just trying to come hang out. Just make sure if he poops, put your hand underneath his butt so he doesn't poop on the bed, okay?
No.
No?
No.
You wouldn't sacrifice your hand for the poop, dude? Come on now.
No.
Real quick before I get into the questions, I do want to say one thing. As far as all my social media accounts, I know I have a lot of messages. Trust me. On my new phone, there's like 2,000 missed text messages, and then I have hundreds of messages on my social media. I try to get to everybody that I can. It's going to be difficult. A lot of people are buried. You guys can still reach out. It's going to be touch and go as far as how much I can respond because of how much I have going on during the day. I try and take a little bit of time now that I have a little bit more time to get 2 comments, to respond to people, to try and get to everybody. 99.9% of everybody out there has been awesome. Basically, I've messaged some people, as many as I can, said, hey, what's up? I'm doing good. Just to let you know, we're getting back to it. Some people had questions. Some people send me memes. Some people send me funny stuff. And I've tried to get back to pretty much everybody that I possibly can. And I'm working on it. I'm working down the list, but there's a lot of them. But feel free to send messages like always. If I can get to them, I can get to them. If I can't, I apologize. It's nothing against anybody. And I only say that because, like I said, 99.9% of you have been awesome. Every time you hear from me, you just basically tell me that everything's good, man. We're here for you when you're ready, and do your thing. Worry about what you got to worry about. But there was one person that literally attacked the shit out of me, and I didn't expect it. It was somebody that I had talked to on multiple occasions, and not only attacked me, but attacked Brooke and the kids and everything else, and said all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to repeat because I didn't answer a message. So anybody out there, if you send a message and I don't get to it, it's nothing personal. There's a lot of messages. I got a lot of shit going on. I got a lot to do, a lot of work. A lot of that work is by myself. So if I don't respond to a message, it's not because I don't like you. It's not because I'm trying to ignore you in any way, shape, or form. It has nothing to do with that. I appreciate all your love. I appreciate all your support, but I am only one man. So that's one thing that I will say, because when my wife got attacked and everybody else got attacked. Yeah, me, well, D again. There's Brooke in the back going, fucking D. So D said, because life is, because it's a short life. I thought I read that wrong. She said, because it's a short life. So all in all, like, everybody has been awesome. There's been one bad apple, and who knows what she was going through that one day. But I was attacked. And at the end of the day, I am still me. So it's not like I sat there and took it. I chipped back pretty hardcore. But please understand, I try to get to everybody that I possibly can. A lot of the people out there doing YouTube, some don't answer anything. They won't even look at the comments. They just do their thing, make their money. That's it. I try and stay involved because I love everybody out there. I love the conversations. I love the questions. I like to help people out. If people have questions with the animals, anything like that, I try and help out to the best of my ability. I feel like that's what I was put on earth for, to help out animals, to help out people. I think everybody should be doing the same thing, especially in this day and age where there's so much hate being spread around. Real quick, I'm going to get to everybody's questions. I'm going to scroll up, but look, get it. Get it. What? Give me one? You're going to give me one. No. There you go. Good boys. Good boys. Hey, hey, give me one. One more? No? Give me that. 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 He likes to attack all them. All right, let me get to some questions here. I'm gonna back up here. Deb Zacher, Cozy Kennels. Oh, let me see if I can drag this back. I can't even read that. You're amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna back it up a little bit, and we are going to answer some questions, and then we are going to end this. Probably not the best live. Just bear with me. I'm getting back into it. So we got the Matt Man. He said, F them, I'm here for you. Matt, man, love you to death. David Zeke, I turned 50. What? Alan Malone. Alan says, hi, Brooke. Wow, attack for that? That's shallow as hell. Yeah, Bill, I felt the same way. I didn't quite get it. I responded nicely at first, but, then I was attacked, and I did not respond so nicely after that. But it is what it is. All right. Let's see if we got any questions here. JP, he chips hardcore. that's JP. He know. All right, let's see. Chip Court Stream. What do you think about Chandler's alligator bite? Chandler got bit by that crocodile. Did he get bit by an alligator now? I knew he got bit by the crocodile, but he handled it fairly well. At the end of the day, I think I saw the video over there. It wasn't too crazy. And then the key is JP. You are my earth. JP, I'll probably see you on Friday, bud. So you could tell me that to my face. So for Chandler's bite, I didn't see anything wrong with it. He handled it the way he handled it. Being calm inside that situation, I think he did pretty good. All right, let me see what we got here. Oh, this is going way too fast. T-shirts, boom. Any way, shape, or form at the end of the day. Yeah, we're gonna definitely do some boom T-shirts for sure. Glucosamine, that will help you lubricate your joints. Hitting 30s definitely sucks. Oh, thank you very much. For anybody else that wants to know, glucosamine Chondro. Man, I wish that there was a layman's term for this. I need Dr. Shetler to read that to me. There's some glucosamine stuff that will help with your joints, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm going to go. All right. This is too much. It's just going to keep hacking me here. So I'm going to go. Here we go. We got Link a Bell game. Have you named your owl or his? Well, his name is Bird. They Link a Bell game asked, "Have you named your owl or is he still named Bird?" Well, we named him Bird. They like to call him what?
Bob.
Bob, but his name is Bird. And I do that for training reasons. It's easier for me to basically just call out Bird when I want to get his attention instead of having a long drawn out name. That's just a me thing. I tend to do it with everything. Paul Roy asks, how is Kong the alligator snapping turtle? Pretty awesome, because that video was done a long time ago. That was a couple years ago, at least, over at Troy's place. We'll go visit him soon. Kong's doing amazing. He's a huge monster of a turtle, but yes, he is doing amazing. We'll go visit him in the near future. We'll go back to Troy's place. He's got a ton of other stuff going on that you guys will love to see as well. Katie Forrest says, hi, I'm from Australia. You are amazing. Keep doing what you are doing. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. How far am I from Tyler, and will we do any videos together? That's from Nicole. Tyler lives in Loxahatchee. We're not that far away from each other. I think we're about, I want to say probably an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes away from each other. We had talked not too long ago. He's building his place out and he's got the new kiddo. I'm building my place out. We do have plans to get together. Whether or not we're going to do any videos, who knows? I miss my boys over there. So I'm going to go see all my boys here soon. I'm sure we'll get online. I'm sure we'll do some sort of videos here in the future. He wants to come visit here. I want to go visit there. So I think it's a high possibility. But I'm dying to see Tyler. I haven't even got to meet the kid yet. So I would love to meet the kid. But I heard he's doing great. So it is what it is. All right, let's see. What do we got here? JP said sugar. Never would have gotten bitten if called an old friend. Let's move past that one. All right. We got somebody that marked it up. Any boyegas yet? I need a new plug for female. Kept getting sent mails. All right, so Timothy asked if I have any boyega. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do have some extremely special ones that I've had for months that I've been doing the work on. So we have some aberrant pattern ones that look gnarly. They're just like highly reduced patterns. I also have ones from Sulawesi. Those are the all black ones. And then I also have one that has almost all black with a giant yellow stripe about, I would say, a quarter way down on both sides of his neck. It looks amazing. I'm going to do an episode with those. So you'll be able to see those, but those will be up for offer. I'm not going to be keeping those guys. I brought those in as a project, basically to treat them, get them started, get them happy, healthy. They're eating like beasts. But with the boyegas, I'm sure you guys know, or I'm sure Timothy knows, those are the mangrove snakes, cat-eyed snakes. It's a rear fang venomous colubrid, and they're awesome. One of my favorites as a kid as well. But they're extremely difficult. They come in imported. Oftentimes they're rough. This source was a great source. He took very good care of the snakes beforehand, but there was still a lot of work to be done with those guys. But now it's been, probably 4 to 6 months that I've had them, and they are rock solid, eating like beasts. Somebody asked, how do I become a vet? You got to go to school. You got to go to school, then you got to go to more school, and then you got to go to more school. Becoming a vet is very difficult. To get accepted into those schools, you want to do everything you can. Basically, I don't know, if you're in high school or if you got to go to college, you want to run some serious courses. A better person to ask would be a vet. My vet wanted me to go to school, but I'm too old for that. I told him, well, why would I do that? I'm going to be 50 by the time I get to practice anything. Dr. Shetler, how is Dr. Shetler? Dr. Shetler is doing good. He is my boy. That's my brother from another mother. He is doing awesome. We went out to Gatorama the other day to Ben's place so that he could do the inspection for the USDA, because if you have a park or if you display mammals, you have to carry the federal side of USDA. That's the U.S. Department of Agriculture. That's the APHIS, which is the Wildlife Welfare Act of 1974. 73, something like that, which basically means that if you have any mammals or warm-blooded animals, that you are going to be inspected by them for the welfare of those animals, and that's what the vet and I were out there doing. So he's doing great. He's doing awesome. Callie Kit Kat said, Timothy, reach out to Cold Blooded Kingdom. If you do reach out to Cold Blooded Kingdom, Josh's shop over there, they're going to toss you right over to me. Josh is the one that brought them in for me. But you can reach out to them and they will send you right to me. All right, me and my human again. I'm going to kick me and my human off of this.
It's for me.
Oh, that's for Brooke? Oh, boy. All right, let me scroll down. I'm sorry, I'm probably missing so much shit. Aliens, that's what I got towards the ends. Okay. All right, let's get a couple more. Ooh, Amanda Lynn. Hi, Justin. Long time no see. I missed you. I missed you too, Amanda, but I'm back. How's Bimini? She looked great in the last video. This is from Allison Cuthbert. Man, I could never be a high school teacher. I would destroy everybody's name. She looked great in the last video. Bimini is doing awesome. Fiji's doing awesome. Her eye no longer bothers you. We have no weeping, no tears, no more surgeries left. We thought we were going to have to reopen it, but she is a beast. She's doing wonderful. That's Bimini's mommy right there. How's Bimini doing? Tell him.
Mommy.
Tell him. Just tell him how Bimini's doing.
Good.
She's doing great, right?
Yeah.
Does she still love you?
Yeah.
More than everybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. All right, David, I see you there. David says he's got to run. Much love. Tell everybody hello. I will do. All right. Michaela and my beautiful dad. Yes, that's Bella.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I know. All right. Dude, we need to get on COD ASAP. That's Alan Malone. Of course, yes, we will. Very soon, as soon as we can get the time. Amanda Lynn, so glad to catch a live. Oh, I'm missing it. So glad to catch a live. You've been missed. Much love from, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, Illinois. Somewhere in Illinois. All right. Let's get 3 more questions, and then I got to take off and try and get back to the animals before the rain comes in. We need a Justin Chandler video, please. You guys might get that sooner than you may know. All right. Cuthbert is a Cuthbert. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I'm just destroying this name over and over again. Cuthbert is a Scottish name, so I'll forgive you for hashing it. Yep, I did. I hashed it. I killed it. Us Scots can't pronounce it our own names half the time. Callie Kit Kat says Kaya Stone in the back. Yes, Michaela is wearing your bracelets and many others. She loves them. All right. Bill Denny says, whatever happened to the big snake collection you rescued back in the day? Been a while since you mentioned them, spamming this question. All right, I got you, Bill. So those snakes were actually confiscated. I can talk about it now. Before I really couldn't. It was basically somebody that was trying to export them illegally. They were confiscated. They got to me. A lot of times those confiscations, they try and push them out to zoos. I believe a couple of zoos cherry picked some really, really good rare stuff off of there, and then the rest of it was a bunch of morph stuff, the the morph rat snakes, king snakes, the geckos. I still have all the geckos. We'll talk about that in the next episode, and the ball pythons. So all the morph stuff, the zoos didn't want to take, even though they have tons of employees and tons of money. The AZA facilities would not take anything that was morph because they don't believe in it, and they didn't want to take care of it. So they had to figure out somewhere to place it. They tend not to want to place them back into the pet trade, which is ridiculous because that's the only place they're going to end up, because no AZA zoo is going to do any displays with 100 snakes in different colors. They're not going to do it. They'll have those snakes, they'll have a ball python, they'll have something, they'll have it from that area, and they'll show how the species is in the wild. But as far as genetics go, they don't do any of the morph stuff. So essentially, I had the small park that I was dealing with, so the feds came to me. I took care of it. Essentially, I lost a lot of money. I spent a lot of time, about 17 hours a day, trying to take care of that collection for them. We did pretty good, considering the fact that they were in boxes and bags for so long. We thought we were going to lose a lot. There was a couple dead on arrival, but for the most part, we kept about, I want to say 95% of that collection alive, and then it was supposed to be released to me, and at the last minute it was not released to me but it's okay. It ended up in good hands over there with Josh. I lost a lot of money on that, but it's okay because the animals were safe and sound, and that's all I really cared about anyway. So originally, like I said, they were supposed to come to me, be relinquished to me. That is not what happened at the end of the day. I do not blame the guys that I was working with at U.S. Fish and Wildlife. There's some really, really good people. Just like at FWC, there's some really, really good people. I don't agree with everything that they do, but I don't disagree with everything they do. And at the end of the day, the choice was made above the guy's head that I was dealing with. Even he was upset when it didn't work out the way that it was supposed to. But all of those animals are now, most of them are at new homes. Some of them still reside at Josh's shop, and we can see him to this day. But all those animals are happy and healthy. So, and Bill Denny said, "Sweet, thanks for the response, man. Knew there was something to that situation. Glad you were able to help as much as you did." Yeah, I was happy to help the situation, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife was where they were quick on the draw. I had asked them to like, how long have they been in boxes, bags, and bins, and they had been there for like 3 weeks, and I basically told them like, you have to get them to me yesterday, otherwise we're gonna have some serious problems. A lot of them needed vet care, but thanks to Dr. Shetler, I had that covered. So we did a lot of treatments, and everybody came out pretty good on the other end. And U.S. Fish and Wildlife had them to my door the next day, literally hours after we had spoken. So that was pretty good. All right, let's get one more question, and then we are good. Sounds about. I'm gonna read Kiki Rose's real quick, and then we'll do a question because it pertains to what we were talking about. Sounds about right with AZAs. I worked with one for about. I worked for one about 22 years ago. I got to learn to read again. I could barely see. I'm going blind, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, unfortunately enough, zoos are very good. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of AZA zoos out there that do great work. A lot of their stuff is basically SSP programs, species survival, critically endangered stuff. They don't do the genetics. I don't do much with genetics either, but if I had the ability and I have a zoo that's worth millions upon millions of dollars and I have hundreds of employees, I'm going to take in those animals because it would have been a lot easier for a zoo to do that than it was for me. Thank God I had Josh. He gave me all the equipment that I needed. No questions asked. I didn't have to pay for any of it. I just returned it when we were done with it. He hooked me up with the food at cost. He basically saved my ass on that whole thing and helped me take care of that whole ordeal. But for me, the zoos that cherry pick the stuff that they could keep and put on display, that to me was a little bit telling because they were all animals. Everybody was alive, minus a few. But at the end of the day, like I know that they don't display those things and I know that they're not quite with that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still a living animal. And I don't believe as an AZA zoo with millions that you should cherry pick a couple of different animals that you know you're going to display afterwards, because then you're taking care of it because you know you're going to keep it, get the free animal, put it on display, but you leave 650 other animals essentially to die if they didn't find anybody else to do it. So to me, that was a little messed up. And I'm not going to mention the zoos. There's no point in that. But I know the zoos. I've worked with the zoos. I know people that work at those zoos. So to me, it was a little dumbfounding to realize that they were just going to let those, you know, if anything, they would have just let them die. They didn't care. They took the stuff they could display. Period. End of story. All right, Amanda Lynn, have you met Chandler's camels yet? I have not. Hopefully, I will soon. Should we bring up the Python Boa mix-up in FWC? Too deep this late in the chat? All right, so Bill, what I'm going to do is I am going to do a story on that, and it's probably not going to be what you guys think. There's a lot of ins and outs with that. I watched the entire... Steve, I'm going to get to yours in a second here. I watched the entire, I did not go to the meeting that they had recently on the whole subject with the Holy Thursday massacre, but I watched the whole thing, and the hypocrisy in some of what some of the people said, we're gonna point some of that out. That is one thing that I will dig into, because as much as people want to hate on the state, if it wasn't for the state regulating the way that they do, things could get far worse. And then on top of that, the state is the only reason that I even have a career in what I love doing. If it wasn't for the state, I wouldn't have the career that I love. So it involves the state and the feds, and you got to play ball, and you got to play ball the right way. Rules change. We had it when the guy Mike Kennedy lost his king cobra, not once but twice, and it wasn't our fault. We didn't do anything, but the laws were changed for venomous. So what did we do? We followed the laws that were changed for venomous. We operated under those laws and we kept it moving forward. Even though it wasn't our fault, we could have bitched, complained, and yelled and screamed and all that stuff and tried to go against it, but there's no point in that. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. I wanted to get to one. Steve here said, Vanessa Crutchfield just posted how AZA zoos are here to destroy their ultra rare iguana eggs and won't sell them to the private sector. So Steve, it's a double-edged sword for that. Zoos and private sector are two different things. Private sector, a lot of times zoos do get things from private sector, and sometimes things do from AZA zoos do end up in the private sector. But basically what it is a lot of zoos do it. They do it with, things that lay eggs. So I think it was the Cayman blue iguanas, and then Komodo dragons. They'll toast the eggs. There's no life in there yet. They take the eggs. They take the eggs immediately, and then they just basically get rid of those. So there's no life in there just yet. I mean, if it was already life formed and they were shaking the eggs around just to kill the animal inside, I would say that's a little bit messed up. But the problem is that you have to be a vendor for AZA zoos. So the AZA wants to make sure that wherever those animals are going, or they're going to be going somewhere that they're going to be taken care of. And you can be a vendor with, like we went and picked up, Troy and I went and picked up some stuff from Miami Zoo years ago. Some animals that they weren't going to keep anymore. So it's not like they won't give to the private sector, but you have to go through all of the basically red tape bureaucracy in AZA. So you got to go through the vendor application. Somebody's going to come and do a site inspection. They're going to make sure you can take care of those animals. And then for them to do that on such a large level where they could consistently breed specific animals for private sector, it would never, I just don't think it can make sense. I don't disagree with what Vanessa is saying. I do think that, especially for endangered animals, like that's what the SSP is, a species survival program. So if some private sector is willing to do the work, keep that species healthy, happy, raise them up so that we could release them into those areas. But that would also require the country of origin and their government to want to work with us in that way. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes these places don't want to work with us in that way. So even if we had the animals and they're critically endangered somewhere else, and we want to put those animals back into the wild, we would first have to go through their government. If they don't want it, they don't want it. Not everybody is an animal lover, especially when it comes to government and politics. Some want to, repair what's lost. Some don't. Some care. Some don't. It's always going to be a battle like that. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, I would love to have them just dump a bunch of eggs off of my house, but at the same time, I do kind of understand both sides. Again, I don't agree with everything AZA does, but I don't disagree with everything they do too. They do provide a lot of care for the animals that they do have. But that's just a whole nother story. All right, we're getting to the end of this. So, Bill Denny, we're going to go back to what we were saying before. Bill had talked about the Holy Thursday Massacre thing. I definitely don't ask questions. This is Bill again. I definitely don't ask questions about hot topics, but the BOA, but I want the expected answer, brother. I want to know the true story, the whole story, and then I lost the rest of that there. But yeah, Preppy Nuggets. Hey, Uncle Jay. Hey, what's up, Munchkins? 187 in the house. So anyway, to basically sum this up and get over this very short live that we always seem to hit an hour on, I want to thank everyone. Wait, we got one more. Alan, I have just been asked to be giant Asian hornet spokesperson for local beekeeping association. All right, Alan, keep us posted on that. Post that on my page too. I want to see that. I want to see that thing keep going on. All right, so in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, I love you all. Thank you guys for joining me on the live. I appreciate you listening to me ramble for a whole hour. It's a whole hour of your life you'll never get back. I apologize for that. JP, love ya, big guy. Kat, D, Katie, Tanya, Bill, Michelle, the other Michelle. There's a lot of Michelles on here. Bill, Everybody, love you guys very much. I appreciate you guys. Julie, appreciate you guys very much. Darshna, all you guys. Bella. Let's see how many I can get through. Hey, yo, Steve, Remington, Florida Cracker, my cracker, Dave Gurwitz. What's up, buddy? Peppy Nuggets, Amanda Lynn. Love you guys. Linkabell Game, Kiera Samuel. There's so many people that came in. I love you guys so much, man. We'll talk about more of this shit later on. We'll get more into it. Prepare for more videos, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, we're going to do one a week plus a live for right now. Maybe more if we can, but I'm going to stick to the one a week. That I can promise, whether it's a live or a video. Pay attention to the Patreon. We're going to be doing a lot more posts on that. Pay attention in the future for the merch. We're going to be doing that too. What else do I got to say? Anything else I got to say here? Basically, we're going to try and grab shit and grab life by the cojones, and we're going to try and bring that right back to where we need it to be. It's been displaced for so long. I think it's high time we wrap this thing full circle and turn the damn page so I could start a new damn chapter. Somebody's saying, please don't disappear again. I don't plan on disappearing again. I am done with that. I'm good. I'm ready to move on. Let's turn the chapter together and make some amazing shit. Let's have some fun. Let's go see some cool shit. Let's get some animals set up the way they need to be. Let's have a good time. Let's learn to love one another. Holy shit. I don't know what the world's going into these days, but holy hell, man. Give a high five to somebody. Say hello to somebody. Pay it forward. If you see a guy at the gas station, Josh made fun of me the other day because I was on the phone. Somebody asked me for a coffee at the gas station, so I bought him a coffee. Help somebody out. Do something. It makes me feel good. It should make you feel good too. Do something. All you guys, well, there's plenty of on you that shouldn't help anybody out because you guys just did that here on the super chat thing. So D, definitely don't help anybody out and anytime soon, or grant, like all you guys, save your money. You spend too much. But I love you guys very much. We'll see you guys soon. Girls, say bye.
There's only one.
How do we say bye?
Bye.
How do we say bye?
Boom.
Boom. Love you guys. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Somebody said Pickles too. Pickles is here. She's downstairs. That's why I'm upstairs, because I'm not trying to get trampled by a giant beast. Love y'all. Unless you're talking about Pickle Rick. He's here too. Love y'all. Boom. See you soon. Oh, fuck, man. Did they change it? I don't know. They changed some of the stuff, so I don't know if I... shit. Well, you do save, highlight, share, mute microphone. They didn't even have that before. What's the microphone do? I don't. It says mute microphone, or I can share, or save, highlight. I don't even know what that means. Ooh, dance party. All right, look at that. We're gonna end it with a dance party. Shit. Okay. All right. I think I got it. No, that's not it. They gotta stop. There we go. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I'm pretty sure if you guys would switch and stop changing your damn. God bless. Love you. Boom.